she's so fine. Hell of a hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a lights my day.
What's good, guys? Today is Monday, December the 27th, 2021. This video is going to be regarding the Kenneka Jenkins case. There have been several videos lately that have really got my gears working. And, I'm not going to name all the videos that has me looking at things a little bit differently, but I am going to specifically piggyback off of Clark Avenue's 2 latest videos. If you have not seen them, I will link them in the description box. It's critical. If you follow this case, it is critical that you watch those last 2 videos of Clark Avenue's. Specifically, what he showed in those 2 videos is Kenneka's drink being spiked in Ty Rowland's live. It's plain as day. There's no getting around it. So that had me thinking about several things. I have so much on my mind right now in regards to this case. I took a little break from it, and it's good to come back with a different attitude towards it. Now, I always watched and seen what was going on. But as far as me focusing on the case, I had to take a step back. And that's what I did. And I'm glad that I did, because I see things a lot differently. So, in Clark Avenue's video, he shows plainly that Kenneka Jenkins' drink was spiked. He broke the entire thing all the way down to the ground. There's no denying it. So that led me to, okay, so now we have, in my opinion, more than one crime that has happened here, okay? And just focusing on what happened in that hotel room, room 926, at the Crowne Plaza, Chicago O'Hare in Rosemont, Illinois, in September of 2017, Ty Rowland and his sister Tanasia are guilty. Plain as day. There are also several other people in the video that are just as guilty. And as Clark Avenue's latest video shows, that also includes Shemaya, Monifa, and possibly Irene. Depending on where that cup floated around that room, we don't know. But I wanted to explain what they're guilty of. I wanted to break that down because they are guilty. This is a crime. So let's look at this from the legal perspective. Is spiking a drink with drugs illegal? Now, this article is from July 24th of 2020. It is also regarding Ohio. And I used Ohio because it has a pretty stiff penalty. And I just want you guys to hear what can happen to you if you are caught doing this. Suppose you're at a party and you or someone you know decides it'd be fun to slip drugs into some of the guests' drinks. You're not trying to hurt or take advantage of anyone. You want to add more life to the party. However, regardless of your intentions, in Ohio, spiking someone else's drink with drugs is illegal. It's considered such a serious crime that it's categorized as a felony. Depending on the nature of the offense, it can range from a 4th degree to a 1st degree felony. Corrupting another with drugs. The example I just read is hypothetical, but providing another with drugs by adding them to their drinks does happen at parties, as we saw in Clark Avenue's video. In a 2016 study, researchers found that nearly 8% of 6,064 university students surveyed said their drinks had been spiked. Also, 1.4% said they'd been the ones spiking drinks or knew someone who did so. But drink spiking isn't the only way a person can be charged with a crime. in Ohio, ORC 2925.02, corrupting another with drugs, provides that it's unlawful to knowingly furnish another with a controlled substance. Only one division of the law states that force, threat, or deception must be used for conduct to be considered an offense, and that is when the offender administers, induces, or causes someone to use drugs. Thus, if you or another person deceive guests at a party to add a controlled substance to their drink, you are violating the law. However, depending on your intent and who the alleged victim is, the prosecutor would not have to prove that you used force, threat, or deception to make someone else ingest or obtain a drug. Under the law, you may be criminally charged if you, by any means, furnish a controlled substance to someone else and you intended to cause serious physical harm, you actually caused physical harm, serious physical harm, the alleged victim was a minor who was 2 years younger than you, or the alleged victim was a pregnant woman. Felony charges for spiking someone else's drink. As mentioned earlier, spiking another's drink or administering or furnishing drugs to them in any way is a felony. The degree you can be charged with depends on the type of substance and where the offense occurred. For example, it's fourth-degree felony to give or make someone use marijuana unless the alleged victim is a pregnant woman, in which case the offense is a third-degree felony. The conduct may be charged as a first-degree felony if the drug involved is a Schedule 1 or 2 substance and the crime took place near a school. Goes on to talk about the punishments. They are steep and include years in prison and high fines. In some circumstances, corrupting another with drugs comes with mandatory prison terms. Additionally, the court may impose a 5-year driver's license suspension on anyone found guilty of the crime. If the defendant is a professional license holder, such as a doctor, that type of thing, the court will also send the conviction information to the regulatory agency or licensing board of the individual's profession. So there's a couple of things that really get me wound up about Ty Rowland's life. Especially now knowing what we know from Clark Avenue's 2 videos, his latest 2 videos. Please go watch them. Ty Rowland and Tanasia Walker did what they did. They're not the only 2 that participated in that. That cup was passed to Kenneka. Number 1, why is Ty Rowland partying with these little kids? His old ass had no business being there. He is way too old to be running with these little kids. I don't understand it. That's why I say his intentions were probably very malicious from jump. Number 2, the way Tanasia and Ty acted in that video were more like a couple instead of siblings. It was a little weird. I'm going to be a buck about it. It was weird. Another theory that Clark Avenue brought up was the girls in the chair. The one girl sitting in the chair, the other girl sitting on her lap in the Adidas outfit. I've always thought that scene was weird. But like Clark Avenue, I do believe there was something wrong with that girl in the chair, and the girl in her lap was trying to protect her. I do believe that. But I also, not only are Ty Rowland and Tanasia Walker responsible and bear responsibility or liability in this incident that happened in room 926, but you have to take it all the way back to the beginning. Shaniqua Watkins has to bear some of the brunt. If her name was on that room, she has to bear some of the brunt of the responsibility for what happened in that room. Whoever's name was on the room has to bear some brunt on that. I'm sorry. You have to be held liable. The room is in your name. If you read the fine print, I'm just saying. Just saying. And anytime I rented a room for my son when he would go to Panama City Beach for the week of spring break, the hotel made sure I knew, if you are not here, what happens in that room is your responsibility. So why is it that what happened in that room didn't become the responsibility of the person whose name was on the room? I don't understand. Something clearly happened in this room. So it bothers me, but I just wanted to bring up that it is illegal to spike someone's drink. You can't just do that. You can't run around doing that. So if Clark Avenue has shown us that that is exactly what happened, Ty Rowland, with the help of his sister, Tanasia Walker, spiked Kenneka's drink. Had they not done that, none of this would be happening. We would not know Kenneka Jenkins. We wouldn't have to be getting justice for Kenneka Jenkins. So I'm going to end the video on that note, but I have a lot of other points that I want to bring up because there's a lot of stuff that's not making sense to me now. I'll just put it like that. And I'm going to end this video on that note. Thanks for watching, guys.